your spouse rejects you sexually, can you go fly solo or use pornography? Okay, so first of all, I need some clarification on what this commenter means when they say if your spouse is practicing rejection. I'm assuming that they are buying into slash contributing to the narrative that women just don't like sex and women use sex as a weapon to manipulate men, which I have to say, in all of my time as a sex and intimacy coach, I have never had a client who was actually using sex as a weapon against her husband. I have had women who were not interested in their husband sexually because their husband was doing things that actively unalived the woman's sex drive. Things like reacting with anger and frustration and saying things like, well, fine, if you're not going to have sex with me, I'm just going to go masturbate. Or if you're not going to have sex with me, I'm going to use porn. So if you are not actively cultivating a space in which a woman is free to express and celebrate her sexuality, she's not going to be interested in sex. In doing things that actively tell her that her pleasure is unimportant and irrelevant to you achieving your own orgasm is not going to encourage her to feel safe with you sexually. So when you turn to pornography in order to fulfill your own desires for that orgasm, you are telling her that she is irrelevant. You're telling her that her sexual pleasure is of no consequence or importance to you. And so, what you do when she indicates that she is not interested sexually actually impacts the next opportunity that you have for a sexual encounter with her. And so, putting aside any moral or ethical implications of flying solo or pornography use, which I actually addressed in this video that this comment is on, you turning to pornography is probably actually actively turning her off. So rather than thinking, well, what about me? What about my orgasm? I think that you should start investing more in the relationship and focusing less on your own self pleasure and more on how can I cultivate mutual pleasure in this relationship. Because comments like, what if my spouse is practicing rejection, reflect to me a pornified mindset and not a mindset that is vested in mutual pleasure. So go make good choices.